Okay, hi everyone. I am Dr. Rosmizi here. So this time I want to bring all of you to one of the world's oldest religions, which has connection with the ancient Persian religions, namely Zoroastrianism. Yes, the name of this religion is Zoroastrianism. Maybe some of us do not know about this, so let us have a look at this religion. What is interesting about this religion? Now we will talk about Zoroastrianism, which is known as among the world's oldest religions. It came from ancient Persian religions. So this is just the image, the illustration about Zoroastrianism and its founders and followers. Okay. So what we will cover in this video, okay, is about introduction to Zoroastrianism. We also will have a look at the history and development of this religion, the sacred books or the sacred scriptures, also known as sacred texts of these religions. And we also will have a look at doctrines, beliefs, rites, and rituals of this religion. Introduction to Zoroastrianism. Okay, Zoroastrianism is one of the world's oldest religion, okay, which an ancient Persian religions. It started in the Middle East, now known as Iran, yeah, in North Iran, in Azerbaijan. It is still being practiced. This is still alive. Okay? It has small followers in India, Pakistan, some part in the US and Europe. The founder of these religions was Zarathustra, or also known in the West as Zoroaster, who was born in an area known as Azerbaijan, North Iran. So he was born around 600 to 500 BCE, before Common Era. And the people at that time follows or practices Persian primitive beliefs. They are worshipping many things. They practice polytheism. Some of them worship elements of earth, fire, air, water, and other things. And it is believed that Zarathustra claimed that he received revelation from God, okay, which is known as Ahura Mazda in Zoroastrianism. And therefore he came with so-called new religion, okay, in order to lead people of his time towards one God. From polytheism, he wants to bring back all those people to monotheism, that is believing and worshiping only one God. So this is the illustration of Zoroaster or Zarathustra, the founder of this religion. Yeah. And they believe that there are miracles happens, yeah, demonstrated by Zarathustra. Okay, now we go to the history and development of Zoroastrianism. Zarathustra or Zoroaster, the founder of this religion, was born around 630 BCE in the area known as Azerbaijan, North Iran, Persian, yeah? Known before this as Persian. So he came from warrior clans, Vitama, Purusha was his father, Dogdova was his mother. So Zoroastrianism believed that few miracles or even happened in the time he was born or during his childhood. For example, they believe that when he was born, he was smiling and he put a hand forward toward the sky, yeah? And Zarathustra or Zoroaster loved to help people, yeah? Especially poor people, and he always think about suffering. Why does people suffer? what the causes, what the solution to what that sufferings. So one day, it is believed that when he at the peak of his meditation, Zarathustra was led by Vahumana, the spiritual being, like angel, okay, to meet God, which called as Ahura Mazda. And from there, he claimed that he received revelation, and also he got all the answers to all of his questions. So all his questions has been answered at that moment. And he also received revelation, and he was appointed as prophet. So then he started his preaching. However, after 10 years of preaching, Zarathustra or Zoroaster only managed to get one follower, true follower, only one. Okay. So at the age of 40, Zarathustra approached King Kavivistashpa, who later organized a debate between Zarathustra and King's religious scholars. So, after 3 days of debate, Zarathustra won and his teaching was accepted by King, the open-minded king, and then it was taken as the formal religion of the country. And after that, Zoroastrianism developed to other places and spread to other places. So he was a smart preacher. He managed to consult the king and get permission and have a debate, and he won the debate. And then the king favored, liked his teachings, believed in him, and then declared as the national religion. This brief about maps about the development of Zoroastrianism. So his mission succeeded by having this religion taken as the national religion of his country, and followed by the later monarchs like Cyrus, Great, and Darius, and etc. So meaning that Zoroastrianism was further developed after the dynasty of the first king. Now we go to the sacred books, the Avesta. So the scriptures of Zoroastrianism were written in several centuries ago. So the Avesta or Zen Avesta is the sacred books in Zoroastrianism. Initially, this book has many chapters or many other books, around 21 books or chapters. However, now only 5 remain. So there are like the Gathas, is about hymns of Zarathustra or yans. The second one is the Viceprad or Viceprad. This contains information about Lord, about God, about Ahura Mazda. The third one is the Vendidad. This is about rituals and laws of Zoroastrianism. The fourth one is Yas. This is about the hymns. Then the Khorda Avesta for general use contains prayers and hymns. So these are the 5 books or the 5 chapters in the Avesta, also known as Zen Avesta. This is just illustration, taken from internet about the Zen Avesta contents. Now we go to the doctrines and beliefs. Zoroastrianism is still considered as monotheistic religion. So what is monotheistic religion? It also comes from monotheism. It comes from Greek word. Mono means one. Theos means God. So monotheism means believing or worshipping only one God. So Zoroastrianism is considered as among the monotheistic religion, which means that Zoroastrianism is considered as religion that believe or worship only one God. So in this case, Zoroastrianism only worship Ahura Mazda as their God. But this God, Ahura Mazda, has many and different names, but only one entity. On the other hand, Zoroastrianism also believed in dualistic concept of Godhead, because Zoroastrianism believed in the existence of two forces. There is good force and bad or evil force. They believe that this world is ruled by these two forces, the good and the evil force. And therefore, they believe the existence of the Ahura Mazda as the good force and Ahriman or Angramanyu as the bad or evil force. So whatever happened in this world is governed, is ruled by these two forces. Ahura Mazda, the good force, will produce good things, happiness, life. On the other hand, Ahriman will produce bad things like death, disaster, and so on. So Zarathustra realized that the world is divided into two elements, the good and the bad, the light and dark. And therefore he argues that there are two powers that govern, that rule this world. There is the good force or the light force, the force of light, and the evil force, the dark force. So the good force is known as Ahura Mazda. The evil, the bad force is known as Ahriman or Angramanyu. So this is the illustration of Ahura Mazda versus Ahriman. They believe that these two forces are contradicting and fighting each other. So the illustration shows how Ahura Mazda fight the bad force, Ahriman. So Zoroastrianism believe that Ahura Mazda and Ahriman are always oppose each other, are fighting each other. All good things like life, happiness, come from Ahura Mazda, and all evil, bad things like death, disaster come from Ahriman. So this is how they believe. And because of that, Zarathustra urged people to help Ahura Mazda to defeat Ahriman. And how? How is that? That is through three ways, which is also considered as the fundamental teaching of Zoroastrianism. That is through Humata, Hukata, Huvarsta. Humata, about good talk, good thinking. Hukata, good words. And Huvarsta, good deeds. Humata, Hukata, Huvarsta. This is about good talks, good words, and good actions, or good deeds. Now the other entity is known as Pentamanyu. What is Pentamanyu? Zoroastrianism believes in 6 Pentamanyu created by Ahura Mazda. So Pentamanyu is like spiritual beings. Maybe we can compare with angels in other religions. So these 6 spiritual beings are Vahumana, demonstrate good talk. Asha, demonstrate righteousness. Kshatraya, demonstrate wisdom. The sign represent wisdom. Armanti represent love. Havatat represent peace. And Amaritat represent immortality. Zoroastrianism also believe that there are other spiritual beings beside these 6 spiritual beings, just like angels, who are created to perform various tasks. Now we go to the resurrection day. Resurrection day. Zoroastrianism also believe in the resurrection day. They believe that there will be hereafter for judgment, rewards, and punishment. So they believe that everyone will be judged, either will be rewarded or punished based on their deeds in this world. Zoroastrianism believe that there will come 3 saviors before resurrection day. There is Aushadar, Aushadarma, and Shayoshan. So these are the main signs before resurrection day. There will come 3 saviors, Aushadar, Aushadarma, and Shayoshan. And they also believe that people need to cross the Chimva or Chimva to Paratu. There is a sharp bridge, very sharp, which is underneath is the burning fire and metal. Wherever fall down will be burned. And they believe that everyone need to cross this Chimva, this very sharp bridge. And how they cross it depends on their deeds and faith. If they had many good deeds, good faith, they can cross it easily. If not, they will face many problems, troubles, or even fall to the burning fire. The good followers will be rewarded with paradise, that is heaven, and the bad one will be punished in Jahannam, that is hell. Now we go to worship in Zoroastrianism. Zoroastrianism followers pray 5 times a day with the existence of fire as the sign of truth. So fire become the important fundamental elements in Zoroastrianism worship, because it's also the sign of truth, the sign of Ahura Mazda. Yeah. So this illustration, this picture, show that Zoroastrians are practicing some rituals, with the presence of fire. So this is the symbols, very important religious symbols in Zoroastrianism, that they need fire for their rituals, for their prayer. So there are different forms of fire, and then they even have the temple of fire. Now we go to the celebrations, the festivals in Zoroastrianism. There are different kind of festivals, of celebrations. We only cover a few festivals and celebrations here. The first one is about Nowruz or Nowruz. So this is the celebration of the New Year in Zoroastrianism, and it is one of the most important holidays for this religion. This Nowruz is also known as celebration of God, of the creation and the elements, about earth, sky, water, air, plant, and animals. So Zoroastrians will decorate their homes, they will visit friends, they will visit the fire temple, perform some rituals. After that, they enjoy food and visit their friends and neighbors. Other celebrations like Khordat Sal or Greater Nowruz. This is special to celebrate the Prophet Zarathustra's birthday, because they believe Zarathustra as a prophet or Zoroaster. So this to celebrate the birthday of the founder of this religion. So they will fill their home with flowers and decorate entryways of floors with beautiful decorations like flowers. And they also will visit the temple, performing some ritual, and after that they enjoy feast together. Okay, Happy Nowruz, some foods, t-shirts. This Khordat Mubarak, the birthday of Zoroaster or Zarathustra, the founder of this religion or the prophet of this religion. Another festival is Gahambas. What is Gahambas? This celebration covers 6 seasonal festivals, 5 days each. So it has 6 festivals, each lasts for 5 days. So there are a special set of days that celebrate the sanctity of God's universal creation, to thank God for His to thank God for His good creations, like the creation of sky, water, earth, plant, and so on. So this is the special celebration to thank God for His gift, for His creation to humankind. So the first 4 days, normally Zoroastrians will recite scriptures, and the last day they come together for feast. So this is among the dishes, various kind of food and fruits, vegetables, bread, and so on. Death in Zoroastrianism, okay? Because it's interesting, so you can share something about this. Zoroastrianism believes the earth, air, water, fire are pure and sacred. So these elements are pure, regarded as pure in Zoroastrianism, and therefore they do not bury, okay, and they do not cremate the dead, yeah, or the corpse. So how they do that? How they manage their dead? By placing on special tower known as dachmas. There is the Sinai tower, the towers of Sinai. It is a big circular, roofless, flat top towers. They put the corpse, the dead body there, to be eaten by local vultures and to be exposed to the elements. So this example of the Tower of Sinai, you can see the vultures, the dead body, the corpse there. Yeah, from upper view, you can see Zoroastrians bringing the corpse. You can see the vultures, the big birds ready there. All right, so we finish about Zoroastrianism. So we have covered the brief introduction about Zoroastrianism, the development, the history, the development, the founder, the scriptures, the celebrations, the belief, and so on. Yeah, so hopefully after this we can have mutual understanding and respect. Okay, now we have done our tour to Zoroastrianism, very brief tour. It is not complete, it is just introduction to Zoroastrianism, the world, all those religions that come from the ancient Persian religions still being practiced, okay, still alive, with although with small followers. Hopefully you can have mutual understanding about the religions, and we can have respect, okay, and we can erase our bias, our narrow-minded stereotype, and so on, because it is important for us to know other beliefs, religions, and practices, so that we can have mutual respect, and we can know the reason why they do like that, why they do not do like this, why in some part they are similar to us, same with us, and when in some part they are different. Yeah. And that's why learning and knowing others is very important, so that we can avoid the negative side and we can find the positive side. In fact, there are a lot of positive side, a lot of commonalities, okay, that we share together, okay, with other people, with other religions. Yeah. Of course, we cannot compromise on theology, but we still can work together on many other aspects, on ethics, on social issues, and so on. So let's focus on similarities. Of course, we cannot change other religions. We cannot change their beliefs. That is their religions. So try to find similarities between us, and we work on it together. Together, we make this world better. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please, if you like it, share and subscribe to my channel, to this channel, so that we can spread this knowledge to other people as well. And I would like to apologize for any technical problems, for maybe any mistakes in my video, my presentation. Yeah, hopefully you can give your comment, okay, to improve the informations or any aspects that we can improve together. Thank you very much. See you again next time. Bye bye.